To Uncommon Analysis. Well, the left really is just completely overwhelmed by Trump. They don't have a real honest, concise message and don't really know what to do. But I think they're starting to seem to be gelling around. Trump wasn't elected to do what he's doing. Some derivative of that seems to be getting some traction in the mainstream media and seems to be a coalesced message that seems to be repeating. It's not quite to the level of all their stuff before because Trump runs too fast for them to keep up. So they don't have a unified message for everything he does because they can't react to it like they have in the past, where every time something would happen, the Democrats and their cohorts, their co-conspirators in the mainstream media would sit down and have a narrative to spin and all say the exact same thing over and over for the next day or whatever until the next news cycle. Trump's been running too fast for that. So they've had a very hard time since he was inaugurated having a concise message. But it seems to be there's at least an effort to try to create this. Trump wasn't elected to do what he's doing. Well, here's I don't know who this guy is, O'Connelly.
Public opinion matters, and the public did not give Trump a mandate to dismantle the whole chunks of the federal government. Gave him a mandate to, kick the tires, check the dipstick, and make sure that things are running well and efficiently. In that part, he has a mandate. But what Elon Musk is doing is way beyond any mandate that Trump could possibly realistically claim.
So that's right. You guys just wanted a tire kicker. You elected Trump to just be a tire kicker. I got news for whoever this idiot is, who this O'Connelly doofus is over here on MSNBC. I did not elect Trump to just kick the tires and check the dipstick. I did not elect a teenager to pull up at a 1950s gas station when I'm filling my gas up. That is not what I voted for. And that is not what most people who supported Trump voted for. The Democrats are in a tizzy now. The USAID corruption has been exposed. There's billions and trillions more coming. Guarantee it. Doge is just opening the hood of everything. They're not just going, check the dipstick and kick the tires. They're looking at everything, and thank God bless them for doing it. Now, is everything that's going to come out of this group going to be right? No, probably not. They're probably going to find things that are, at the end of the day, not as bad as they sound on the surface. But there, you know damn well there's corruption everywhere. And they've already uncovered billions of it, hundreds of billions of it. There's more coming. And it's been funding a lot of this left-wing horse shit that you've had to deal with for the last God knows how long. These people are corrupt. They are benefiting from the corruption. They want the corruption. Now, that's the established class as a whole. Do not think, as I've said in other videos, do not think whenever I talk about the establishment, it's purely Democrats. I do not believe that for 1 minute. The establishment political class contains a lot of people with R's beside their name as well. The fundamental difference in our two-party political system at this point is that the Democratic Party is a wholly owned subsidiary of the globalist corruption. Wholly owned. They are fully establishment. Every ounce of the Democratic Party is fully establishment. There might be one or two little tire kicker. I got tire kickers in my brain because this guy's coming. There might be one or two little stray folks, little peons way down that got no seniority somewhere that aren't fully owned subsidiary, fully owned by the global subsidiaries. But their entire party is controlled by that group. The Republicans were too, which is why it was so messed up for so long, why we've gotten to the point where we are. The difference between the Democrats and the Republicans today is back in 2016, the Republican Party was forced to change by the voters. 2016, the voters basically gave a giant middle finger to the establishment, political class, and put Donald Trump as their nominee. And they're continuing to do it this day. The Republican Party has remade itself to a certain extent. Don't think the establishment's gone, guys. Don't think there aren't still a lot of them that are still in there, hiding, biding, waiting their time. They're still there. But the party itself is no longer fully and completely owned by the globalists who want to destroy our country. The Democrat Party, unfortunately, had no populist uprising to say enough is enough. The Democrats, they're all too happy to do whatever the hell the globalists elites tell them. Vote for a man whose brain doesn't work? Okay. All right. Okay, George. Vote for a woman who can't even complete a sentence and is the most unpopular vice president in the history of the country? Sure, she's perfectly capable. She can't put a sentence together. She cackles. Her laugh irritates 90% of the people who hear it. But you know what? We'll do, okay, George. We'll vote for her. Die, die, die. They have not had the populist uprising to kick the elites and the globals out of the Democratic Party. The Republican Party doesn't want to change. Understand, Trump is not where he is because the Republican establishment wants him to be there. The Republican establishment worked to undermine him in 2020. They turned a blind eye to all the crap that went on in 2020 to get rid of him. They openly, actively tried to remove him. And they're still going to do stuff to undercut him. Don't kid yourself. This leak by the FBI to the LA Times about their plans to enforce immigration law out there in LA and the raids, that's part and parcel of this nonsense. Do not think for 1 minute Trump is simply fighting the Democrats. Trump is fighting an entirely corrupt system. The MAGA movement is a populist movement to fight the entire corrupt system. And the system is corrupt. And the establishment knows it, and they all benefit from it, which is why they're happy to keep it where it is. But no, O'Connelly, with no. Trump voters, by and large, did not vote a tire kicker in. Tear this corrupt shit down. End it. End it. Look wherever you need to end it. Hundreds of millions of dollars spent and wasted by these idiots. And when it comes to light, are they upset about the waste? No, they're not upset about the waste. They get upset you're bothered to expose it. They're upset the people who are exposing it. They should be upset about the waste. If they really cared about the American people or Americans at all, but they don't. You're a peon. They don't care. They never have. They con you to believing they care every 4 years to get your vote, and you're stupid enough to fucking show up and do it. I'm sorry, you are. If you voted for Biden or Harris, you are a Class A fool. And if you don't see it by now, there's no hope for you. You are a fool. You fell for complete lies. Now, I understand people don't like Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump is a brash. He is a person who has a personality and a behavior that doesn't come across like a traditional politician. He doesn't sound like them. He doesn't speak like them. He's not going to piss on your leg and tell you it's raining either. These guys, they'll smile in your face while they're pissing on your leg and then tell you it's rain. That's what they're good for. That's what a standard politician's good at. They'll clap you on the back, make you feel comfortable, tell you what you want to hear, and then go back up to Washington and pad their own pockets and screw you over because they don't care about you. They don't. They don't care about this country. As long as they get a cut of the proceeds, they'll sell this country down this toilet without a second thought. And the last 4 decades pretty much have proven it. Why do you think Trump marched up the path he did in 2016? Do you think the anti-globalist path, anti-free trade, the destruction of the small towns across this country that it had wrought wasn't known to everybody? All these dumbasses knew it. All these elected people do it, but none of them would touch it. Why? Because if they touched it, the people that funded them on both sides of the aisles, the globalists, the people that were profiting from selling this country out, would cut them off. And they knew it. Trump was the only person who could touch that third rail. He could go through that path because he didn't need their money. So he did it. It wasn't like any of these other politicians couldn't see that this is destructive. They knew it. They knew, but they also knew if they touched it, their funding would dry up and their careers would be over. So no, O'Connelly, no, we did not hire somebody to just kick the tires and check the dipstick like it's 1953 and we pulled up to a full-service gas station and rolled over the little tube, dinging the bell, ding, ding, and the cadre of little teenage boys come up and check our tires and kick the tires and check the dipstick and say, thank you, sir. How much? Here's your bill was $1.25 for your gas. Have a great day, and wash the windshield. No, that's not what we hired at all. That's not what most people that voted for Trump want at all. And you folks just don't get it. But please, that seems to be the narrative they're going to coalesce around. So keep an eye out for that, right? This is not what Trump was voted for. This, you may not like how he's doing it, But this is exactly what most of the people voted for Donald Trump want. Exactly. An end to this decades of corruption and intrinsic systemic. You talk about systemic things. Democrats like to talk about systemic things. Systemic racism, systemic biases. All this is systemic, and the whole system needs an enema, as they say. And it looks like the entry point for that enema that was the USAID. There's a lot more going on, though, guys. So please, pay attention. Idiots like this, if you believe like this guy that Trump voters did not vote for this, you don't understand Trump voters at all. And you don't understand Trump at all. And you don't understand what's going on in this country at all, which is not very surprising if you voted for an obvious dementia patient and a person who really should not even be dog catcher. So anyway, guys, that's all I got. Sorry for the rant. It is a little bit more than I usually. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, tell your friends about it, share with the channel. I appreciate it. You have a great day. And I am out.